What's up, guys? It's Parallax Abstraction, and welcome back to Indie Showcase, now exclusively on YouTube. All right, so we are shifting gears a little bit here. Sorry, I had a nose itch there. So we're shifting gears a little bit here. This is a game I actually didn't get to try before I started playing it for this, but I got word of this from a PAX earlier this year, because actually my buddy Real Caustic, his son went and played this and said, dude, this game's got something. You should really check it out. And, well, it's a roguelite, and you know me, I love them things. So I've only played a tiny little bit of this right now, but this is UnderMine. It's actually in early access, but it's very far along already. As you can see, people seem to really be digging it. It came out back in August. It's getting updated very regularly. It's due to ship, it looks like, next year. It's only on the PC right now, but it will be coming to Xbox Game Pass, specifically Game Pass. So it'll be available for those people, and it's coming for the Switch as well, though those versions are not out yet, obviously. Developed by a largely two-person company called Thorium Entertainment and published by Fandom. It is another roguelite. We love those around here, don't you know? So I've only played a little bit of this, but I'm going to show you guys a little bit more of it. And I've been digging this. I have most certainly have been. So I'm going to fire this up here. Just takes a second. There we go. I'm going to say, based on my initial time with this so far, that it's familiar, let me put it that way, but not in a way that I don't say that as a bad thing. Let me put it this way. So, yeah, so you're playing dwarves who are treated as commoner workers by this sort of ruling class, which is represented by this wizard in this game. And you're trying to basically get into this mine and do stuff. So there's a lot of what feels like the play mechanics of the original Legend of Zelda, which I'm going to show you here, as well as games like Rogue Legacy, because when you die, you basically have a different dwarven character with a different name each time. So here's the wizard douchebag. He has additional things that you can buy when you pick up stuff here. So peep the names and health of your enemies. Typically unaffordable to peasants, but the mine's health plan partially covers the cost. It's got a sense of humor, this game. I believe that's a permanent upgrade. So I found the guy who runs the forge. So basically there's tremors happening in the mine and you've been tasked with finding out why. But you have to rescue some people along the way. There's a laboratory I haven't unlocked yet, but you can bring back the forge, which allows you to buy upgrades. So gloves upgrade, increased rain damage. Sure, let's do that. So you can buy these different upgrades. Also, you can find blueprints and the guy can craft things for you. For example, here, like Waylon's boots. These are done with a separate currency, which you can see there is that purple stuff in the upper right. Don't worry, no microtransactions. So there's two types of currencies in this that you'll harvest from the world, which you're going to see. So you dive into the mines. The levels they seem fairly familiar each time. So I don't know if they're procedurally generated. I'm going to guess they are. So as you're going to see here, you're playing a miner, hence the name UnderMine. The first thing I'm going to say is the art style and the sound design in this are both very striking. I really love the look and the sound of this game. I think the Thorium guys have done a fantastic job on that. And to be honest with you, the roguelite genre is so bloody crowded right now. If you're going to release a game in this genre, particularly one that can seem familiar to some people, you got to stand out. And this makes a very strong first impression on that front from a presentation angle. Considering it's in early access and I believe its version is 0.3, it's in pretty good shape on that front. So as you go through the levels, you'll see these things here: increased defense and critical health. You're going to see it appear in the bottom left there. So these are run-based items. So this item is a passive that sticks with me until the run is over and then I lose it. You see there in the upper right as well, I have bombs. You can use those at certain points. You'll also pick up keys that you can unlock things with. And you'll also see, you also have the ability to, you have your axe. You can also do that. You can throw it, which is super handy. Oh, thanks for the extra bomb. And then you can see here, you can smash these things and gold will come down. Now your little birdie there that follows you around is super helpful because what he does is he actually will go and pick stuff up, but he's fairly slow at it. That was a healing item there. And then you can see these little slimy guys will show up. They will show up whenever there is gold on the ground. And basically what they do is... Ooh, found a piece of thorium. There we go. So thorium is the purple stuff. Those little green guys will show up whenever there's gold in the room. And they will, if you're not quick enough, they will pick up your gold and carry it off the screen so you'll lose it. So you see, in that case, they didn't get to it because my little bird did first. So if you're not quick enough, they will steal your gold and run away with it, you know, basically preventing you from getting it. You can whack them off the screen to either get rid of them before they get the gold, or if you can get rid of them when they have it, they'll drop it. Or if you can pick it up or your bird picks it up first, obviously you get it. But it's your incentive to move fairly quickly there. And you see you're going through. So this is interesting. I haven't seen this before. There's a chest here, and it's actually guarded in rock, but I can't break it. So I'm guessing I put a bomb there? Yep, totally. Boom. And there's another key and some stuff. Get out of here. And it's funny, they make this very sort of like sad, like, oh, thing when you hit them. It's kind of funny. You can see how that wall was sparkling. Secret. So there we go. We got another key. I don't know what that did. I've never run into that before, so that's kind of cool. So that probably unlocks something on this level. So you see there in the bottom right, you've got a little map thing. You also have a full diary here that gives you a lot of different stats, shows you some of the items you're carrying. So you see where it says gold kept. So when you die, you don't lose all your gold, but you lose some of it. And that's what that's showing there. So if I were to die right now, I would keep 162 of my gold. My canary, as you can see, you can also level him up. He's level 1. This is the bestiary, which is everything I've encountered in the game so far. As you can see, there's quite a few more enemies. In this early access form, the game is not complete. It doesn't have every level, and it doesn't have every boss, though it has quite a few already. And you can see here relics, potions, blessings, curses. There's a lot of stuff to this. So you can see here required crafting. So that's the boots. Dylan's Claw, that's the thing I found before. And there's familiars. So there's actually a number of other familiars in here right now. The canary is the only one I've unlocked so far. So ability, helpful assistant. Canary picks up gold. Philosopher's touch. Gold picked up by the canary and the peasant is increased in value when he's around. And then pilfer spirit, he gains speed and can steal gold from pilfers. Pilfers are those little slimy guys that try to steal your stuff. So what you really want to do here is, there are enemies, as you can see, that are best dealt with at range versus dealt with in up close. Your ranged attack does less damage, but of course it's ranged. You know, so you kind of have the benefit there. You can unlock doors in levels to get some extra stuff. Ooh, what is this? Galoshes, walk and jump on oil. Oh yes, there is oil in this too. See, it makes the little almost Zelda-ish noise when you pick that up. Again, this is another game that very much wears its inspiration on its sleeve, but that's perfectly cool. I got no problem with that at all. I wonder if I can bomb that. I don't have any bombs. Dang it. So you will not always have enough keys to open every door. So you want to be, for example, well, okay, I have a key there, but I don't always. So you really want to be careful about that. You don't want to use a key on necessarily all the time. Sometimes they'll be best saved for other things. So this is a store. This is one of the pilfer guys, which is hilarious. They try to steal all your crap, but hey, you can also buy things from them if you want, I guess. Simple chest overstocks the shop. I don't actually know what that does. Oh, it just gives me extra stuff I can buy. Oh, how generous of you. So we got ourselves an extra key there. Pilfer ring, soak up gold and get a discount at the shop. That would be really cool, but that's also real expensive, obviously, as you can tell. So extra little in-game shops, because you can't go back to your shops on the top, you know, at the top of the mine until your run is over, right? And as you can see, the doors lock when there are enemies in the room, so you can't bail out on a room because there's enemies you don't like. You got to go. But you've got the enemies have a health meter in the bottom right, and sometimes they drop healing items like that, though not often. You definitely don't want to count on that. So off we go down to the next level. It saves at the start of every level in case you need to bail out, so you can bail out of a run and resume it later, which I do very much like. Not every game lets you do that. What is this? Bramble vest. I missed the descriptor there. I don't know if I can actually bring up... Can I bring up stuff that I've already picked up? I don't think I can. Okay, yeah, well, I can scroll down to it here. The barbs are sharp and cruel. They dig into flesh and cloth alike. So basically, enemies get up on me. They'll get hurt a little bit, like this. Oh yeah, wow, that did some wicked damage. Yeah, also I'm actually dropping oil when I jump. Oil can be set on fire with the appropriate things. I believe if I were to drop a bomb on that, it would set it on fire, which can be beneficial in terms of dealing with the enemies at certain points. But you can see there's stuff there. So I've never managed to rescue this guy yet. This requires a special key. I believe you get this from a boss. I have had to fight a boss at one point. The first boss in this game, it don't screw around. Let me tell you that right now. Oh, we wrecked the rats there. There we go. Give me that. Give me that, you little bugger. So, but gotta, you know, I still gotta be careful here. Gotta watch the spikes. So much money. Thank you, birdie. He was helpful, little birdie. So, yeah, this is the boss. This is the rock pile mimic. So this guy I did not do so hot at last time. So some people are probably going to equate this, the gameplay in this, to something more like Binding of Isaac than to something like Zelda 1. I think of it more like Zelda 1 because of the multiple screen things. Also, Binding of Isaac also has the, what is it, 8-way? I can't remember, but the limited planes you can fire on. This is much more, well, actually, no, you know, this probably is a little bit more Binding of Isaac. This is a little bit more analog in terms of the movement, actually. Or digital, I should say. So you're actually not, even though it looks like you have full analog freedom of movement, if you look at him, he's actually playing on an 8-way tier. So maybe this is a bit more like Binding of Isaac than Zelda 1. Because Zelda 1 had much more, well, it was more grid-based as well. I guess we could say it's more like both. So I'm probably going to get hosed here. As you can see, like I said, the bosses in this, early on, they don't play. It obviously expects you to upgrade yourself quite a bit to be able to really effectively deal with these guys. See, I'm kind of getting screwed here because stuff, you know, some of the stuff that this guy shoots is falling on my head. Because it seems to be fairly random. But I don't think we're going to get through this here, but we'll see. I'm trying to hit him at a distance because basically I learned my first run, getting up in this guy's face, it ain't going to work for you. But, so, you see what this is, though. This is very, it's a roguelite. Really, if I were to say the two games, it feels most like a combination of, is definitely Rogue Legacy and, Binding of Isaac, or gameplay of something like one of those top-down Zelda games. Believe me, I don't say any of those things to deride it. This is actually a ton of fun. Just a little bit of it I've already played. I'm really enjoying it. And the presentation is absolutely top tier. It looks great. I love the music in it. I think the sound design and music is excellent. Considering this is a game, now the music was done by a different group, but the game itself was done largely by two people. Clearly some people with some talent, some real chops among them. Oh, am I going to get you? Come on, let me get you. Let me get you while I'm recording. Let me get you while I'm recording. Yeah! All right. Holy crap, he drops a ton of crap. And the pilfers aren't even here either. Oh, word. And there's the special key. Blueprints. Cool. And we is rich, son. We making it rain up in this piece. So he's headed back up top. So this is the laboratory guy, I believe. So that's going to be super handy on a future run as well, right? So yeah, you're kind of getting the idea of this. It plays, like I said, it plays like a bit of a combination of Binding of Isaac or original Zelda and Rogue Legacy. Now, Rogue Legacy is actually a roguelite that I never finished, but it is top tier. It is great. And it has a very nicely balanced, oh god, it actually has a very nicely balanced, in my opinion, system in it, in terms of, oh, my ranged weapon now does the zappy zaps. Okay, I'll take that. Cool. All right, there we go. So yeah, it has that combination, but that's the thing. Rogue Legacy, oh, there we go, and there's water there, so I did extra zappy zap. Neat. Unfortunately, I gotta watch where I friggin' step too, because that's gonna screw me real good too. Neato. Okay, so Rogue Legacy was an absolutely A1 roguelite. I never finished it, but the thing that was so great about it is it had a fantastic progression system. It was never so mean that it lets you sit and feel like, oh my god, this game is just arbitrary and punishing and I'm never going to get anywhere. It was always giving you enough new upgrades and drip feeding you enough new stuff that you always got that one more run feeling with it. You always, that you always wanted to do. You can already see how much tougher this is getting. You know, it always gave you that one more run feeling where it always gave you just enough that you were like, yeah, I can do this now. You know, this is the run where I'm gonna totally wreck shop and really show, you know, really show this game what for. And this feels like that in many of the same ways. Is that like a dead Cthulhu up there in the corner? I don't know how I feel about that thing, if I'm honest with you. Oh, hello. The dungeon is off limits. Is it? Yeah, I'll be back with a better key and we'll see about that. Does not open from this side. My favorite mechanic, everybody knows. So, I'm just about toasty anyway, so. Now it looks like... Hi! Oh my! So this would be the real boss. Bye-bye. Oh, that's so much gold I lost. Oh, man. Live to the ripe old age of 32. So that's another little Rogue Legacy thing. It always gives that the little backstory. And of course, now we're the other person here. We're Ulring, which is the next guy. Okay, so that wasn't the laboratory guy I unlocked. This is this guy. So I can upgrade my bombs to unlock new kinds of rocks. I can buy more bombs. Oi, oi, oi. That stuff's expensive, yo. But I could craft these boots. So steel-toed and steel-soled, not to be confused with Toadvine, the steel-soled steel-toed. Oh my god, that's brutal. So there we go. We just crafted that. Ding, ding, ding. Gold sack upgrade, lose less gold on death. In games like this, always like to tend to go for these first, because it's not the sexiest upgrade, but it always makes it easier to upgrade faster later on, has always been my stuff. So this here, 100 increases maximum health, always a good thing as well. Counterweight upgrade increases my throw range. That increased the range damage, so this will go further. I can't afford that. We'll increase the swing damage. There we go. And off you go. And the best roguelites are the ones that are designed like that. The ones that always, unless you're really, really bad at them, always leave you with just enough stuff at the end of a run that you can get some upgrades and be like, yeah, I'm ready to take this on again. Now we're going to show that sandworm what. And Butcher's cleavers sometimes drop meat from your enemies. Okie dokie. Mystery meat. What's the worst that could happen? So that's what I really like, is games like this that I think are the best design. What is that? Cursed? Ah, jeez. Deal more swing damage, but I've got cursed, which looks like, I don't know what that curse icon means. Does that mean I'm losing health over a certain amount of time, or I can take less health? I don't know. But you see also this is a very fair game in that you saw how a bunch of the rats there walked in front of the blades and got sliced up. Yep, the environment can hurt the enemies just like me. Oops. Sorry. It looks like I was supposed to talk to her, but because I smashed her stuff first, now I ticked her off. Sorry. How you doing? You don't want to talk to me anymore, eh? Yeah, okay, fair enough. So, yeah. So, yeah, this is a roguelite-ass roguelike. Or roguelite. You don't like those? You ain't gonna like this one, I don't think. But were you someone who really enjoyed stuff like Rogue Legacy and really like a... So there's a one-time power-up you can use. But are you someone who really likes stuff like Rogue Legacy or potentially even stuff like Binding of Isaac and really wants a game that combines those two things with a really awesome presentation and what seems like a fairly balanced challenge and a fairly rewarding, like constantly rewarding upgrade system that will want to keep you playing and keep you working hard at it? This is going to do it for you, I think. Even in this early state where they're calling it version 0.3, it is very far along. This is one of the games that I have said in the past, I've used the term early access done right. That is really, to me, what this is. A lot of... Okay, screw you and your friggin' minefield. There are a lot of games out there that do not do early access right, in my opinion. Like, a lot of them. And this one seems to. It launched onto early access in a very playable, very polished state. The technical elements are clearly already finished. They clearly do not have issues there. It's really just about getting more content added to the game. And they are working on that. They've been releasing updates very regularly. You know what this really reminds me of is Dead Cells in terms of the quality of its development and the way they're communicating with the community and the frequency of updates they're putting out. And they have said that this is going to be coming to consoles next year as well, so it's going to have to be 1.0 for then. So this will probably be, if you're one of those people who wants to wait for full release no matter what, this will probably be coming sometime next year. And it is coming to Switch, and they've already said ahead of time that it will be on Xbox Game Pass, which I don't know if that means Xbox, just Xbox or PC as well. But if that's the case and you're a Game Pass member, this game's just going to be a thing, and you won't on there, and you won't even have to buy it separately if you want, which is very compelling indeed. But the initial impressions of this, honestly, for me, have been excellent. I am going to be playing a lot more of this. I have so many friggin' roguelites in the hopper that I keep rotating between. It's kind of my go-to genre when I want to kill some time and I don't have a lot of time to put into a big game, but I really want to sink my teeth into something for a little bit that's challenging and can keep my brain moving. That is definitely this, without a doubt. So, yeah, this is UnderMine. It is developed by Thorium Entertainment and published by Fandom. It is on the PC in early access on Steam right now. It is $15 US, $17.50 Canadian. Pretty dang good deal if you ask me for that. And it will be coming to Game Pass for the Xbox and the Switch sometime next year. I often say wait on early access stuff, but there's a lot to this already. So if you do want to be able to contribute a little bit to development and maybe get it at a bit of a discount, because I think it is going to be going up in price close to release, which is usually, yeah, early access supporters get it at a lower price. So, and they'll be raising the price twice before release. So this will go up in price. So this is a way to get it a little bit cheap and maybe help shape development a little bit, but it's already very far along. and I'm really enjoying it. It's a roguelite for people who like those, and I'm one of those, so hey, that's perfect, and I know a lot of you guys are too. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please thumbs it up, and if you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell to make sure that you're getting notified of all new videos. And definitely drop a comment, let me know what you think about this game, and you know, what are some of your other favorite recent roguelites? I talked about Rogue Legacy. There's also been a lot of others out lately that have been really good, and they of various different types of genres and that. So name some others if you want, because I'm always interested in hearing about some other ones that are potentially out there. So yes, indeed. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time on the next episode of Indie Showcase. You guys have yourselves a good one. Take it easy, folks.